Hello, friends, and welcome to another video lesson from DBOS Talks. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click subscribe and click the bell so that you can be notified of new uploads. This video is in a playlist called Linux Tutorial, and here we'll be learning about VI navigation commands. In the previous videos, I've presented so far two videos already on touching on the topic of VI, and VI is a default text editor of Linux of any flavor. And it's very important because it will help you to not just edit text files, but also be able to use it on cron tab, which is a very important command in Linux used by Linux administrators as well as even developers. Okay, so we will be touching on VI navigation commands. Okay, so let me just clear the screen and open a file. Okay, before that, let me just show you the commands that you'll be using. This is not exhaustive, but it will at least give you a good intro into what's out there, what's available. So if we look at the basic movements we have here, on the left side, we have the key, and on the right, we have the move. Okay. So we have HJKL, which is, if you'll ask me, this is, we have this. It's a remnant of the Linux, of the Unix way of doing things, because in the old days, if you talk about late 60s or early 70s, then it was a time when there was still no mouse that has been invented. So it's because of the absence of the mouse, then a computer user will have to be fully reliant on the use of the keyboard keys. Okay, so that's why we have this HJKL keys, which are used in VI in command mode to be able to navigate left, down, up, right within a text editor opened using VI. But in our time now, in most, if not all, of the Linux flavors you'll be using, you will not be even needing this HJKL keys at all. So um, you will just be fine with using the normal arrow keys that you have in your keyboard, which are up, down, left, right. Okay, so I've written them down below the HJKL. I've also written down for up, down navigation within a text file in a VI editor, then you can use the up, down arrow keys. And similarly for the left, right navigation or movement, then you will just simply use the left, right arrow keys. Okay, and then as far as if we're talking about a line or a record of text, then in your Windows, you're very familiar with the home key and the end key, which allows you to go to the very first character as well as to the last character of that line. Then in Linux, we have 0 for home, and for going to the end of the line or on end of the record, you will press $. So remember that all of these can only be done or used when you are in command mode. So that is why if you go two steps back, two videos back prior to this one, then you will see and get to learn about my intro video about VI. So it's very important to be able to go through that video and understand a good introduction of the VI text editor. It's not just a command, but it's a text editor. Okay. Okay. And finally, I have there two commands. Again, this is not exhaustive, but this is what you need. In fact, the upper part, you won't even need the HJKL. So for Control F, you're doing a page down. So the page will scroll up, but you're doing a page down. And then there's a Control F. Remember, F means forward and Control B means backward. So it's a page up. Okay, so just remember those. Only a few commands to get you started. Okay, so let me just open a file which is not too small, not too big. Okay, so just decent enough for us to be able to use the navigation keys, which we have seen earlier. Okay, so again, even though we're not using it much, just for the sake of experience, you can try out. Remember, once you come into, you get into a text file after using a VI command, then you will be in command mode, if you remember my previous video. Okay, now that we're in command mode, you can readily use any of the commands which I have listed out to you previously. I mean, in this video. Okay, so remember the navigation keys for up, down, left, right. You have H, J, K, L. You can use any of those. Okay, okay, I'm pressing J, which is a down, and then I'm pressing now K, which is an up. It's doing that. And if I want to go to the right, I'll press L. Okay. Again, if you're wondering if this is the first time you're seeing Linux or even VI for that matter, and you're wondering why is it that I am pressing L and it's not typing the letter L, that's because if you missed it, we're in command mode. So in command mode in VI, the text editor of Linux, um, the letters, the keys that you're pressing will have a different interpretation as far as Linux is concerned, depending on the mode you are in. If you're in command mode, the X, lowercase x, is a deletion of a single character. But if you're in insert mode, then it will be typing a lowercase x character, right? So now I am showing you the four navigational keys for up, down, left, right. Okay, we've done the up and the down, and the left is the H. Okay, and the right movement, letter by letter or character by character, is the letter L. Okay, but again, in this modern world, you will not be needing to know the HJKL unless you walk into the office and realize the PC, the laptop, the desktop doesn't even have a mouse. Then you will need this. But in still, you can no, not mouse, sorry. You can actually you can use the arrow keys without the need for this HJKL. Okay, so anyway, enough of the HJKL. Moving on to the others. Okay, if we will do the up down arrow key, I will not be using the HJKL keys for now. So now this is what is much easier for you. Of course, if you want to go to the left and the right, then you will just use the left and the right arrow keys in your keyboard, okay? And similarly, if you want to go up a file, then you use the up arrow key, and it doesn't take much to figure out that if you want to go down a file, a text file, then you will use the down arrow key, okay? Like what I'm doing now, okay? So up, down, left, right, very easy because you're using the four directional arrow keys. Now, besides these, the one, some of the most common keys I'm covering here. Okay, like you want to go to the home and to the end of a line. Of course, if you have a strong, long line like this one. So if you want to go to the end, you don't want to go character by character and take so much time, all right? So that's why in Windows keyboards, we have the home and the end. It's for that purpose that you don't want to go character by character until you get to the end or to the at the very head of the record. Okay, so if you want to go to the home, you will press 0. It goes there. Again, you have to be in command mode to do this. Otherwise, if you're in insert mode, then it will allow you to enter the 0 text. Okay, so that's home, 0. And if you want to go to the end of the line or end of the record, then you press $. Okay, it goes there. Again, home, 0, and $. That's easy, okay? So let's go to some other record. Again, using my arrow keys. I can go to the left, up, down, you can do that. And then again, if you want to go to the home, you press 0, and you want to go to the end of the line or end of the record, then you press $. Okay? So notice that when you press $, it doesn't really go after. The cursor is not positioned at after the last character, but just before the last character, to the left of the last character. Okay, that's 0 and $. Next is if we want to do a page down or a page up kind of thing in Linux, in VI specifically, then you will do a Control F. which is F meaning forward if you're doing a page down. Okay? As you know, in Windows, it's the same in Linux. If you are doing a page down, then the page seems to be scrolling up. Okay? And conversely, if you're doing a page up, then it is scrolling down. Okay? So again, page down, Control F. F meaning forward. And if I want to do a page up, then I will press the combination keys of Control B. So while Control is pressed, I will press B. Okay, another one. See, Control B, B means backward, but it is doing a page up equivalent as what you're familiar with in Windows. Okay, okay, let's revise, let's review this. Again, going up, down, left, right is easy because you'll just use the four arrow keys in your keyboard. Up, down, left, right, that's easy. But going to the home of the line of the record, then you press 0, and you go to the end, you press $. Okay, and then if you want to do a page down, you will press the combination key, so key combination of Control F, F meaning forward. Okay, and then if you want to go page up, then you will do a Control B, B meaning backward. Okay, that's easy. Okay, we've covered the most commonly used navigation keys in Linux. And remember, you don't even need to take note or remember the HJKL keys because you already have the four arrow keys at your fingertips. Thank you for watching and listening. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and click the bell and spread the word. And I'll be seeing you in the next video.